Is it too late to start over? That's the question we're asking ourselves today. You can think about this in many different aspects of your life. Is it too late to start over dating? Maybe you got out of a long-term relationship. Is it too late to start a new career? Maybe you've grown so accustomed to your job and the field that you're in is all that you know. But deep down, you feel like you want to do something else. And you start to question, am I too old to change careers? Is it too late to be doing this? Is it too much of a gamble? Is it too late to start a side hustle? It's questions like this that really get to our mind, and we start to overthink a lot of things. And it proposes a follow-up question. Is there such a thing as being too late? I think it's our own fear of failure and also the fear of other people judging us for making changes in our life. It's never too late to reinvent yourself. It's never too late to aspire something different in your life. It's never too late to start over. I mean, look it up. There's celebrities and successful people who we deem to be successful, who didn't start having a lot of success till age 40 or even more. So here I found some examples of people who found success later in their life. So we have Colonel Sanders, the KFC guy, launched KFC at 65 years old. 65. Just let that sink in for a second. I'm pretty sure we've all had KFC, and I think we can all agree that KFC has been a successful franchise. That franchise was started by Colonel Sanders at age 65. Stan Lee, the creator of Marvel, rest in peace. He wrote his first comic book, according to this, at age 39. And look at how many Marvel movies there have been. Look at what Marvel ended up becoming. That's actually really nice to learn, because myself, I'm writing my own novels, fictional novels. They're currently on pause, but it's nice to know that there's still time. It also says here that J.K. Rowling, the creator of Harry Potter, was a single mom on welfare before publishing the first Harry Potter in her 30s. Wow, that's amazing. Talk about turning your life around. A single mom on welfare at age 30, turning her life around by writing Harry Potter. That's crazy. Now, these are just examples for celebrities and popular people. I can only imagine how many people and stories we don't hear about. But if you ultimately get what you want out of life, does it really matter at the age that you get it? And it's not how many years in your life, but the life that's in those years. Damn, that was deep. So this idea and societal pressure that you have to have everything figured out by a certain age is a myth. I think we're also doing that because we compare ourselves to other people's lives, which is what I previously talked about on the previous podcast episode. We see on social media and we compare our lives to others. We compare our lives to people who are married and they're in their early 20s, 25. They have a kid, they have a family. You start thinking, man, I want that. Man, why haven't I found my person? You see somebody else, they're buying their first house before they're even 30 years old. Man, what the hell am I doing with my life? You start comparing, and comparison is the thief of joy. Things will happen for you at the right time. Now, it's not going to happen if you're just sitting on your ass and doing nothing, but take some time out of your day and focus on what you got to do to reach certain goals that you want to hit. For example, if your goal is to buy a house, start finding ways you can save money, earning a little bit more money. If you're looking to change a career, but maybe you don't have that much time, take one class a semester, no matter how long that takes you, or make some extra time to take on 2 classes. That might be very slow for you, but it's better than nothing. It is better than nothing. If you want to get into better shape, but you don't find time to work out, find 20 minutes to do a high intensity exercise. It's better than nothing. I am pretty sure that the majority of us can find an extra hour in our day if we make some sacrifices. Maybe we get up an hour earlier. Maybe we go to bed an hour later. Whatever you gotta do to put yourself ahead and reach whatever goal it is that you want to accomplish. If you want to get back in the dating world, take one day out of the week to start. and go out to places and shoot your shot. You never know. It's definitely better than dating apps. I hate this mentality of like, oh, don't worry about it. Everything will come to you at the right time. If you don't do anything, it won't. If you're putting in the work and you trust the process, then yes, I do believe things will happen for you at the right time. But because you're doing something about it. And I know it's really easy to get caught up in the idea of wasted time, of wasted years. You know, it's easy to get caught up in that. I know. I feel like there's sometimes I feel like the past 5 years were a complete waste of time for me because I'm not where I want to be. Is it too late to start over because it's going to take years for me to catch up where I want to be? This next part is important. The sunk cost fallacy. Now, for those of you who don't know what the sunk cost fallacy is, basically what it means is the idea that you've invested so much time into something that you have to stick with it because of that reason. And that's just not true. If you are in a relationship where you feel like I've invested so much time into this, I might as well continue. But there's clearly things that you're not okay with. Maybe you're not happy. It's important to ask those tough questions and have tough conversations as opposed to sticking with something just because you've grown accustomed to it, instead of sticking with things because you're afraid of change. And if you're okay with where you're at right now, then there's nothing wrong with that. But I just want everyone to be aware that just because you've invested so much time into something doesn't mean that you have to stay and do that. That's why a lot of times people change careers, or should I say people don't change careers, because they went to school, they got their degree in one field, and then they realize, hey, maybe this is not what I want to do the rest of my life. And then they start thinking to themselves, well, I already spent 4 or 5 years of my life getting this degree, and I've spent another 5 years working in this industry. I might as well stay with it. I might as well follow through. And you definitely can do that. But it comes at the cost of peace of mind. It comes at the cost of feeling fulfilled. It comes at the cost of happiness sometimes. So don't be afraid to take that leap, take that jump, take that risk, whatever you want to call it. It's not too late to start over. And we start to think, well, what if we start over and it completely blows up in our face? What if we start over and we fail? What if we start over and we end up someplace worse? Well, that's a tough question, and I don't have all the answers. But what I do know is that if you don't, everything will remain the same. So it's a risk, right? Everything you do in life is a risk. Doing nothing is a risk. If you think that, oh, what if I change something about my life and then that change ends up being worse? Well, there's no guarantee that if you don't change anything about your life, that nothing bad will happen either. You just don't know that. You just don't. So my philosophy has always been, I would rather chase what I want in life and have it take longer to get what I want than to just give up. And I admit there are times when I think it would be a lot easier. It would be a hell of a lot easier to just let go. Just get any 9-to-5 job I can get. To just find a decent woman, live my life, have kids. I'm sure I could learn to be happy with my life. But when I think about that, I get sad. I get sad because I think to myself, even though you would have all the necessities in your life, I wouldn't have anything that I truly wanted. I wouldn't have a fulfilling career. I wouldn't be with someone who makes me feel alive. I would just be with someone out of complacency, just being with someone just for the sake of not being alone. And that's not true love. You gotta be with somebody who understands you, somebody who makes you feel happy, somebody who makes life better. The things that go on in your life, they have to make your life feel better. And that's why I fight. To me, that's worth fighting for. To me, that's why I don't think it's too late to start over. Because we get knocked down and we don't end up where we want, but we get back up and we try again. So once again, your past does not define you. It's okay to change the direction of your life. It is not too late. You are right on time because you are watching this video or listening to this podcast. You are right on time right now. I think the last time I was dedicated to making videos and posting them online was probably in the year 2018. That's 6 years. I could have thought maybe it's too late to start over. Maybe that ship has sailed. Maybe I'm too old for this shit. I should be focusing on other stuff. But here I am making videos. So what? So what if people judge me for it? So what if people I know started criticizing me? Doesn't matter. So that's another reason why I'm doing this, is to prove that it's not too late. It's not too late to start whatever it is you want to do. And I hope you really take that message to heart. So don't live your life with resentments or regrets or what ifs. Instead, be glad that you took a chance. In the next 5 years, whether you work on your goals or not, 5 years will pass by. So isn't it better to spend that time actually working and doing and living life how you want to live? Or would you rather stay stuck where you are right now? And to end things, I'll leave you with this quote I found. The pain of staying the same is greater than the discomfort of change. I'll see you on the next one.